Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for some indie comic reviews and indie comic reviews. I'll be covering a bit of a milestone issue for King Spawn with issue 50. And after that, I will be covering issue 2 of Powers by Ryan Michael Bendis. I'll now get things ready and organized for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So, as we move into first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In some essence it actually does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So, as the story begins, we start off with the character of King Spawn, and he's also working in connection to his basically Spawn aged group known as the Scorched, and we see all of the members that make up the Scorched here, and we learn that this is taking place 2 days ago before we move into the next part of the story. So as the story advances, we also get to see some of the things take place time-wise with what Spawn is actually doing within the story, and we get to see some of the people he's interacting with. Then for some strange reason we get a bit of a skip to chapter 4. So I'm wondering what's going to be shown in relation to chapters 2 and 3. I'm surprised that chapters 2 and 3 weren't actually included in this issue, but are these all the chapters that we are going to see in relation to this story that has begun around issue 50 of Spawn? Are we going to get a 7th chapter, an 8th chapter? We'll find out when things get closer to it. And in these turn of events, we realize something from Hal itself has decided to make an appearance, and we learn that the character's name is called Plague. But not only that, this character of Plague is almost the equivalent to Spawn himself in strength, durability, you name it. He is a bit of a threat to him. For the internal art, I give a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the story. Considering how far we are issue-wise, did we actually get any comic book references? And sure enough, we did. And I really like seeing these being brought back to the forefront in the story, because sometimes there might be a bit of an arc out there that you don't know about, but you might want to know about it, and how it actually connects to this story that we're seeing. And yes, they did actually remember to give us some comic book references to about 2 places, Spawn 364 to 368, as well as issue 228. Next is the area of time, to which we have 2 days ago. We have some stuff happening around 10 a.m., some stuff happening around 11 p.m. We also have 2 weeks ago and also 1 week ago. Next is the location that we got to see in the story, which is the Scorched Safe House. The key cast of characters consisting of Spawn, the Scorched, Wanda, Terry, Rosen, Isaac, Plague, and also Jessica. For my overall rating for this story, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into Powers issue 2. So, as we move into Powers issue 2, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In some essence it does, to which I give it a 6.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we are getting a bit of a flashback with Detective Cutter until we move into the present day, to which she is back at work and being asked to, well, debrief. And of course, as things are happening at the Powers PD, we do have some incidences that take place that involve supervillains and the police taking them on. Of course, she does go back to investigating the murder, but whilst this has been occurring, there was also a bit of a supervillain breakout, to which we get to see a little bit more of here. Until, of course, she starts to meet her new partner, which is Detective Mobius Moon. For the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10, as I quite enjoyed the work that Michael Avon Oeming did. Next is the area of the story. First things first, did we get anything time-wise? Sure enough, we did. We had 2 years ago and today being used. Next is the location. We didn't really get any location properly pointed out in the story, though it would not hurt to include it, Brian Michael Bendis. Next is the cast of characters, to which we have Detective Cutter, we have the members of the Grand, we have Dr. Mars, and of course Detective Mobius Moon. My overall rating for this story is a 6.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.